I mean, the footage as well was it's incredible, but it has these amazingly emotional moments. And that's, I think, at the heart of what Peter does in his storytelling and what Philippa and Fran write, and to see that presence in this footage, because I'm so distant from this truly. I really went to New Zealand for a month last year to do a bit of work, but it's beautiful. I was made to feel emotional watching that footage, and to see everyone here, it's wonderful.
I mean, and I think the reason that everyone has a story to tell before they ask their questions is because this is such an emotional story for people, and everyone connects to it on such a personal level. And I think that's why there's so much here's how this affected me first before I ask my question, which is a testament to the work. What is your name, sir?
My name is Alex. I come all the way from the border, Tijuana.
All right. All 20 miles away.
Yeah.
All the way.
Well, first, I want to thank Ian for last night visiting the guys who
It was nice for me too, great.
And my question is for Peter Jackson. Me and my sister are great admirers of yours. I mean, we admire your work. And my question is, what is the process to select the scenes that will be in the theater and then the ones will be in the extended edition?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. People often assume that we shoot scenes for the extended cut, that the scene is somehow earmarked at the beginning as not for the movie, which is not true at all. I mean, you literally write the script. Well, in theory, you're supposed to write the script before you start shooting, but it never quite works that way with us. We write the script as we're shooting, and you shoot, and you shoot some more, and the scenes, the stories develop. I mean, it may be that we write a scene halfway through the shoot that we think we need to tell some of the story. And so anyway, it's very organic, and it's not until you get to the very end and you can start to look at a cut assembly of the film that you start to realise where there's repetition, where there's slow patches, where there's, and you basically look, at the end of the day, you end up with a film that's too long. And so, for what the studio and the distributors need, you need to trim it down a little bit, which we try and do. We're not very good at making short movies, unfortunately. A skill I've never mastered. But anyway, you kind of end up with, you end up with the theatrical film and at a length that you think is what it should be for the experience, and then you look at what got cut out. And we don't put everything back in because, you literally cut out scenes that you don't need and are of not a huge amount of value in hindsight. But when we cut scenes out that have nice character moments or nice further information for the story, then we love to put those in the extended cut. So it's a very organic process. You don't really know until the very end what's going to end up in the extended cut. But there'll certainly be extended cuts of these films, I'm sure.
What, I even drew the little Comic-Con eyeball on it too. Did you notice that on the side?
Very detailed.
Thank you. Actually, we haven't heard from Andy yet. Andy, I think, anything. What is this like, coming back?
Well, where shall I start? I was only supposed to be coming back for 2 weeks to play Gollum again, which I was very much looking forward to, of course. And then about a month before I was about to come down to New Zealand, I get an email from Fran who says, Andy, I know you've probably got something on, but Pete would like you to come direct the second unit. And so would you mind coming down for a year and a half instead of 2 weeks? Now, it's not unusual to do that sort of thing in this company, and of course, once I picked myself up off the floor, I was on that plane, of course. I mean, it was a remarkable and extraordinary experience for 2 counts. One obviously working with Martin, who I've wanted to work with for a long time, and to get the chance to play opposite him for that scene, which was a great experience, and was the first thing to be shot in the movie, actually. We spent 2 weeks shooting the entire scene a number of times. Pete wanted to let it feel like a theatre piece where we could really play off each other, and Martin could find the character of Bilbo, and it was a really amazing way of working, and it was terrific. And then I, began the process of jumping into the director's chair, putting on the 3D glasses, getting to grips with 48 frames a second, a crew of 160 people, cranes, technocranes, a schedule, dwarf doubles, scale doubles, stunt doubles, a schedule that kept changing every 2 minutes, and it was a huge film education for me, and enabled by the greatest mentor possible. Peter's been an immense part of my life for the last 12 years, and Fran and Philippa, they've given me such incredible opportunities, and I will eternally be grateful to them. They've honestly made a massive, massive difference, and to be entrusted with that position was a dream to behold. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Could you just do the voice for everyone? I'm sorry, I mean to be...
For fuck's sake, do I have to do it?
No, I'm sorry.
You said you weren't gonna hold yourself, you said it! But you get in front of 6,500 fucking people, what are you gonna do, precious?
Man, that ring changed you, man. We have time for one more question. What is your question, man?
Well, I camped out overnight for my first time in 8 years with all of these lovely strangers. It was awesome. But my question is primarily for Martin. I think that part of the lasting appeal of The Hobbit is this universal story of an ordinary person overcoming not just extraordinary circumstances, but his own fear and self-doubt. And I'm curious whether you drew on any personal experiences to understand his motivation for stepping over that threshold.
Not directly, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But only in the sort of universal human sense of, you can empathise with people who we all have fear, and we all have reservations, and we all have places that we're scared to go, whether they're internal or whether they're external. So I mean, it's certainly something I can relate to. I mean, that's part of your job as an